So in 2014, you won one of the biggest pizza award there could possibly be.
Yeah.
So you won like the Nobel Peace Prize of pizza.
They called me a world champion. We've been here since 2006, so that's 11 years. In 1998, we opened up a store in Gahanna, and it's called Gahanna Pizza Plus, and it exists today. I have since sold my share of that pizza shop, but Gahanna Pizza Plus is our sister shop, and it's up and going. What makes a good pizza oven is how it recovers when you open it up and let it heat out, and how the stones stay hot. So these are the best pizza ovens that you could probably use as far as deck pizza ovens go.
2 types of pepperoni on one pizza with a loaded cheese. The maximum pep here is a great mixture of texture with the different pork products. Highly recommend it.
Well, it's fresh dough. We make it every day, multiple times a day. We don't proof it or refrigerate it or freeze it. What we make for the day is what we sell for the day. So therefore we make it in small batches multiple times during the day. You know, most people, they have a special night, whether it's Sunday night or Friday night, but that family doesn't really order from that. And they don't really, once you have them as a customer, they don't really venture beyond your place. They get the same thing every time.
So what you're saying is you have families that come and you kind of know, the Smiths are coming in at this time, or the Johnsons are coming that time.
Absolutely.
That's great.
We almost start making their pizza when we see them pull up. we just know what they're going to order. It's 1 hour from when you mix it to when you let it rise and you roll it, and then another hour for it to double rise. So it rises twice. This is our chicken Florentine. It's I think one of the best pizzas that we have.
Nice.
We competed with this at the Napix Pizza Pizzazz this year.
The pizza ice cream show thing,
Yeah, and it did well. It didn't win, but it has a white sauce. It has chicken. It has mushrooms. It has spinach, and it's just a really good traditional.
Well, one thing you can tell is that there's a lot of symmetry. You know, it's a well organized presentation.
So when you cut this pizza. And I think really a lot of places where I go, I'll take a piece of pizza and it has a lot of great stuff on it. I'll hold it sideways and see what falls off of it. I think that's how you can tell how a pizza is constructed properly. And ours is on a crust for all these toppings that you see on there. As it cooks, it'll all stay on there.
Really unique crust here. It's thick, it's chewy, but it's still got that crispy edge that underneath, and that comes from the stone. He was talking about the stone they showed us, so really like their crust.
What'd you say about my crust? So we're in the dough room, and this is our Acme dough roller. This thing is a beast. This thing is 40 years old, and it's only been fixed a couple of times, but you can look at it. I mean, you cannot lift this up. It's a beast. So we have a pizza here called the Ultimate Pizza, and basically it is 2 types of pepperoni and 2 types of mushrooms. It's a pepperoni and mushroom pizza, yeah, but it's like beyond any pepperoni and mushroom pizza that you probably ever had. And that's really one of the most common pizzas that's ordered in a pizza shop. And where we started to grow, we wanted to add a great variety of toppings. So we went from 13 or 14 toppings to 42 toppings like we have today, and of those toppings we created signature specialty pizzas that utilize those toppings. So the ovens, back to the ovens. What we do is we load these up on all 5 of them, and we do have 5 of them here, and they can fit about 7 to 8 pizzas a piece.
Yeah.
So so we have a great capacity to cook a lot of pizzas at once. And the day came when we moved down here, and the very next day they went and demolished my old pizza shop, and I took my camera down there. It was about 3 degrees. Just snapped a bunch of pictures of them demolishing my pizza shop. and they're in black and white. They're really cool. So I'm making you guys a spec pepperoni pizza here, and that's how much cheese goes on a pizza.
Oh goodness, that's a lot.
It's specifically.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that's not. Specifically, it is about 3/4 of a pound.
Wow,
Yeah.
3/4 of a pound cheese.
That's our base cheese. Yeah.
When you have a pizzeria that wins first, second, and third place internationally, this is a must-eat for pizza carnivores.
Basically, what I'm doing is I'm lining up the pepperonis on the pizza, and it's doing a couple things for me. It's helping me proportion exactly how many pepperonis go on this pizza. So every pizza will have the exact same amount of pepperoni. As long as I overlap them by approximately 1/4 inch, I'm going to lay the same amount of pepperonis on every pizza that I do. I'm a big fan of square cut pizza for a number of different reasons, but for me, it helps us proportion the pizza perfectly, because you know, once we cut these lines like this, and then place a cut this way, and then place a cut this way, each piece will have 2 pieces of pepperoni on it.
Nice.
It's you know, there's a method to the madness. There's a method to the madness, and my partner figured that one out. I got to give him the credit for that.
All right, so here they have 3 different kinds of sauces. They have your red tomato-based sauce, your white Alfredo sauce, and the carbonara sauce. The tomato-based sauce has a nice bite to it, and you get a good chunk of it out of every bite. It kind of is oozing out, and you get plenty of it, which is an A+ for me.
Stone shells underneath there. So what we do is we bake them on a pan for X amount of time, and then we slide the pans off of the pizzas, and then let the pizzas bake on the beer oven. And you'll see that's so it's a very labor-intensive kind of process. It's not like a conveyor oven where somebody puts a pizza in one end and takes it out the other end. It's a skill position that we have to train people to do. And I remember our hot water heater broke out one morning while I was making dough. Well, you know, kind of screws the whole dough thing up. We don't have hot water, so I went over there and they provided hot water enough for me to make dough till we got our plumber over here and got our water heater fixed. So I wouldn't have made dough that day unless they helped me out. And one day their mixer pooped out on them, and for about a week, maybe a week and a half, they came over and made dough on our mixer every day.
So what I want to talk here at Bexley Pizza Plus is the feel. You can definitely feel they've got a great tie to the community, but one thing's for sure, that in the conversation with Brad, you can definitely feel that he's got a serious dedication to food, most of all to pizza, and that's what sets apart and makes Bexley Pizza Plus a place that you should definitely visit.
Come on.